Now, from Central Oregon's news leader, this is a special edition of News Channel 21.
Well, good evening, everyone, and very happy holidays. Thank you for joining us for this special holiday edition of News Channel 21. I'm Bob Shaw.
And I'm Katie Suniga. Tonight, we're going to have some fun with you, talking about how our unique weather works here in Central Oregon and look ahead at what's in store for this season.
We'll also answer some of the most commonly asked questions that I hear about the weather. First, let's take a look at some of the more impactful events from this last year. Well, at this time last year, Eastern Oregon had suffered extreme drought conditions for nearly 3 years. The ski resorts had no snow, and after an early and prolonged wildfire season, everyone was hoping for a deep winter snowfall. Mid to late December 2021 delivered hope with some of that heavy snowfall, but these hopes were dashed at the beginning of 2022. The words repeatedly used by the National Weather Service to describe many months of this year are warmer and drier. Mark Nelson, chief meteorologist for KPTV Fox in Portland, presented a recap of last winter at the American Meteorological Society Winter Weather Conference. Citing National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration records, Nelson echoed their words.
Where is winter? When is it going to get cold? Record warm day, the Dow 70. I think that was a December record. Redmond, 72 degrees on December 1st.
Well, temperature data for Bend has been captured over the last 120 years. The red lines here represent record highs and the blue record lows, respectively. The tan area in the center, those are the averages that have been kept over the last 30 years. The blue bars in the center here are the records from this past year. Note that at the beginning of the year, we had 2 or 3 months that were well above average, and then that was followed by 2 or 3 months that were pretty normal. About mid-year, we wound up with above average temperatures that lasted clear into October. Precipitation totals followed a very similar pattern. The blue line at the top here are the record highs of all time. That was set in 1948. The brown line are averages of what we see as normal rainfall. The red line, excuse me, were the low amounts, and that was recorded in 1994. The green line is this past year, and you will note that right at the beginning and up until about the midpoint of the year, we matched our low record for precipitation, and it only jumped up a little bit above that. It stayed below average until the last 2 weeks of this year. Well, does this mean that we are finally back on track? Well, we'll find out. Katie will be back to give us an outlook for the coming year. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but before we do, here's a look back at our first snow right here in Central Oregon.
Holiday Lights, brought to you by Central Oregon Association of Realtors.